Hi everyone. We're here with Thomas today, and yes, he's going to talk about his master's journey. Hi, Thomas.
Hello, yeah.
So, can you begin by introducing yourself so that everybody has a little bit of perspective?
Yeah, sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Thomas. I'm 24 years old, and today we're going to talk about my story, where I am today regarding my education, and more specifically, why I chose to apply to the ESSEC Business School. So, just to give you some background of who I am, I've been brought up in an Italian family of engineers, and you will understand why this environment influenced my education and who I am today. So, when I was a child, I loved to putting things together and tinkering with items to better understand the world I'm living in. And this led me to become today a mechanical engineer with a specialization in supply chain. So I did my studies in Paris and at the UTC, a famous engineering school in France. And uh, thanks to two internships during my engineering school, I did two internships of 6 months in the supply chain department at two different scales, one at the operational level and the other one at the tactical level. So the first one was at Richemont in Switzerland, and the second one in Louis Vuitton in Paris. Um, then I decided, like during my first year of master, to pursue with a complementary degree, in business to get the two cap of business and engineering that I feel today are really complementary in order to understand the two problematics related to each field. And just to give you a bit of more background, what I did previously to the engineering school, I did a prep school in order to access to this graduate school.
Ah. So, like, we're with somebody who's very knowledgeable, and from what I can say, you had a trajectory in mind for like quite some time now. So, I think the next question should ideally be like, why did you choose? I mean, the school that you did choose. I mean, what was your thought process?
About choosing the Essex Business School,
Yes,
right?
ESSEC Business School. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Since my engineering studies, I am in my mind to really diversify my profile thanks to the business background.
Mhm.
So all along my studies, I developed the idea of what kind of schools will suit me the best and what kind of program will allow me to become the person I want to become at both on the personal side and the professional side. So I first take time to think about what I truly love and what I truly want to be part of, to become that kind of person I aspire. And so I try to write on the paper what exactly motivates me to what motivates me. Yeah. And I found out that one particular thing which is really important to me is the international exposure and the international environment. Yeah. And for instance, I know that I strive in international environment, and my international exposure has allowed me to develop a global and multicultural perspective. And since I was a child, my dual nationality and my birthplace, which is on the border of four countries, has allowed me to experience a magnitude of international interactions and cultures. So that's why I took into consideration to look for a school that would allow me to be part of that kind of environment where I thrive. So this allowed me to make a selection for the program, and regarding the kind of jobs that I'm looking for after my graduation, which is going into the strategy field and more precisely into consulting. I had the willingness to get involved into a program that will allow me to be as prepared as the job is required, the competence and the skills. And additionally, I had the willingness to be part of a program which is fast and not spending too much time at school, because I've already spent 6 years since I got my baccalaureate, and I had really the willingness to go back work and go back on the market. So I was looking for a 12 months accelerated program to get enough knowledge and to get intense program and go back there working. So by adding all this, the 12 months program with the international exposure, and yes, the recognition of the program in the school, I got around five schools, yes, two in London, London Business Schools and the Imperial College, one in Paris, which is HEC, one in Switzerland, St. Gallen, one in Italy, which is Bocconi, and the last one is ESSEC in Singapore. Yeah, so 6 schools.
So you ended up choosing ESSEC. All right.
Yeah.
But then I think your, the selection criteria is very, very methodical, like, to at least, I mean, you've actually, thought like an engineer and, thought it through. So that's nice. So since you told me that you had like different schools, so you chose Singapore. So is there like any particular reason, like, as to, because all the programs that you mentioned are very prestigious programs, and people die to go into those schools, but then you chose, like, out of, like, you had like a good amount of schools that you could choose from, so but you chose Singapore. So is there a particular reason why you chose, like, were you drawn to Singapore itself? Were you just drawn to the program? What was it?
First of all, I got rejected from some programs, so I didn't have all the program that I wanted. But yes, Singapore was, I think, at least on the top 2 school that I wanted to be part. And I would say that it was all about feeling. Like, I had the opportunity to visit Singapore 2 years ago for vacation, and I travel a lot in Asia and in Europe, and it was the only country that I told myself, wow, that's somewhere I would like to live, and I want to spend more than a year, and maybe for forever. And I didn't have that kind of feeling, like, for my life until now. And but just by thinking about the opportunity to study there and maybe working there and living there, I had the willingness and the strong motivation to go there, and because I like the life there. The school is
amazing. The school is amazing, hands down.
The program suits me the best, so everything matches. And that's why when I got accepted, I was more than happy.
More than happy, I'm sure. So from, like, so I assume that you were working while you were preparing for ESSEC. So was it difficult? I mean, were you able to balance both the preparation as well as this thing? And plus, we're in the middle of a pandemic, so, like, did that influence your preparations with anything? So would you like to share that experience?
Yes, definitely. It affects me. I would say not a lot, but enough to be affected mentally and psychologically. Because I would say the most difficult part was the preparation for the GMAT. I spent 6 months and a half to prepare the GMAT with the MBA center. And at the beginning, I put all my efforts like in this preparation to get the GMAT as fast as possible and to put apart them. And I found out that it's much more difficult. It's exam because I'm not native first, and it's English test, which requires you to really master the English language. So it was first a challenge for me on this particular side, and I passed the test 3 times to get the proper score that I wanted and that I targeted. So the motivation was quite tough to keep, and yes, all the time dedicated to and the energy dedicated to this test was such a huge amount to invest. So yeah, I would say that the GMAT preparation was the toughest one. Yeah, and
I
then
mean, it is also.
yeah, because when you get the proper score, then you're so happy that you say, yeah, now we can go further in the process and apply it to schools and get interviews and etc.
Yeah, I'm sure. So after the GMAT was done and you wrote your essays and you gathered your LORs and everything. So apart from the GMAT, like the rest of the process was comparatively a little easier for you, so to
Yeah,
speak.
I would say for me, yes, because regarding the essay and the LOR part, I'm quite comfortable with this part. It's not such a huge problem to write for me. And yeah, I would say the second most difficult part was the interview, because you do not know what to expect in that kind of interviews. And regarding each schools, they tend to focus on different parts. Like some schools ask you about how are you personally and what motivates you deeply. It's not related to professional experiences or education. They tend uh, to learn who you are and what kind of person would you like to become. So yeah, sometimes it's not that easy to expect that kind of question. It could be really subtle and really precise question about you.
Do you really have to look within to answer those questions? So I hear. All right. So I think on that note we can end the interview. But I would like you to can you give any future student who's applying to ESSEC or anywhere some advice?
Yeah, sure. Um, First of all, I would say that it's really important to know yourself, like to invest and take time to know what would you like in the future, like what kind of career would you like to go on, what kind of person would you like to become. So yeah, for me it's really important to know yourself properly and deeply. It allows you to then make the right decisions in life. And this was my first advice. And regarding more specifically to schools and applications, I would say that contact as many contact as many people as you can, because it's thanks to the discussions and meetings that you will do that you will realize what you like and what you do not like, and what motivates you deeply within you. Um, I remember that I had many meetings with so many people regarding their backgrounds, and even though at the beginning I say, yeah, but that kind of job doesn't interest me, and then there is always something to learn in each one. So yeah, I would say this is my second advice. And yeah, maybe going to career fairs, many events as much as you can, because these are all the opportunities that will help you to better know you and to better help you in for your future.
Yes, I'm sure. I think your advice also resonates with the idea that when you talk to alumni, I mean, when you talk to people and when you talk to alumni, they actually tell you the ground experience of the whole situation, of the scenario. So, like, sometimes the ground situation is not something that resonates with you personally. I mean, you just look at the brochure of the university. So it's every university is appealing. I mean, when you look at it from like an outsider point of view, but then when you're a student and then you have that hands down experience, that's different. All right, Thomas, thank you for your time. I think we have everything we need. And maybe we future students can take your advice seriously and actually it can help them. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.